The first thing to say is that statistics are only as much use as the quality of them and for the purpose for which they're used. And so most of you now, I think, are able to access something called a parish dashboard. If you don't know about this, I think you will do by the end of the session. But the dashboard can give you a statistical picture of where your parish is and where your benefice is in terms of baptisms, funerals, weddings, finance, and the various aspects of the life of your benefice. This can help you form mission. And clearly, like with any statistics, the more returns we get, the more accurate the outcomes are. So I would say that there's a self-interest in it, at the very least. I use the parish dashboard quite a lot for my own parish, and I find it really useful. The statistics you put in are also then fed in, of course, into the national picture, and that helps both the diocese and the national church decide which training programs to put on, what sort of funding resources they're going to do, and generally helps to direct the strategy of the Church of England. Now, it may seem quite a long stretch from your parish to Lambeth Palace, but it's not quite a long a journey as you might think. And so, for example, if we don't put in our electoral roll numbers and we fail to put in our returns, that can affect the number of representatives we have at General Synod and other pieces of church governance. So it is important and it is significant that we do our returns. Any failure to put the statistics in, of course, means gaps, and so guesstimates are made, and that's never a particularly efficient way of doing things. For me as an archdeacon, having statistics from my archdeaconry gives me a really helpful picture of the health and the shape of the diocese. It's not comprehensive. It's not the only input. It's not the only factor, but it gives me a very clear indication of perhaps those benefices that need a bit of help, those benefices that are clearly flourishing, and also it can help us with trends. So, for example, since some of your clergy will tell you this, at the moment we seem to be experiencing an absolute boom in funerals. I use that phrase advisedly, but we are having a huge number of funerals and Thanksgiving services, and we can track that, and it's partly probably as a result of COVID ending and people wanting to, as it were, have Thanksgiving services for funerals that took place during the lockdown. We also can notice other trends that are going on, which will help us then to deploy clergy and to help us to deploy resources like the Strategic Development Fund money to the places where they might best be needed. Now, I'm not for one second pretending this is a foolproof scheme, and statistics are still damn statistics. But I would say to you that by the end of this session, I hope at least you have some understanding of what they're used for. And if I recommend nothing else to you this afternoon, I would commend to you the parish dashboard, which I think all parish officers and PCC members would find really helpful. So, Charlotte, I hope that's all right. That's my plug, and I look forward to being with you for the next 45 minutes. Thank you.
Archdeacon, thank you.